Ooh. Hey everybody, my name is Skye. Welcome to the Raw Magic podcast. Marabella and myself are raw foodies. We love to go into talking about different realms and the magic that comes with raw foods. Hey Marabella.
Hey Skye, how are you? I missed you. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has. I've missed you too. It's so good to see you. How are
Oh,
you?
you. I'm doing really well. My son's about to turn 21 on the 21st, so it'll be his golden birthday. So I've been shopping and wrapping presents and ordering a cake. I'm super excited.
Oh, I love that. That is so exciting. Happy birthday to him.
Yay! Happy birthday, Marcus.
Oh, so
I'm
this is like a backup topic, right? So we
yeah.
did a talk. It was supposed to be on decoding dreams, but really we got into talking about, the sleeping prophet. Who else did we speak about? We kind of spoke about like more about the dream realm. We didn't get into
Yeah.
decoding the dreams, right?
Right. We did talk about, and I did look up someone that you talked about who can made something out of rocks.
The coral castle.
Yes, I looked that up. That was so interesting. I looked up that, and yeah, we didn't get into decoding our dreams, which is our dreams are our subconscious trying to make itself known. And I know that a lot of times there's something called like premonitions where people dream and things come true, but for the most part, our dreams are from our subconscious. And so when we sleep, our subconscious kind of runs the show. So when we dream in images and symbols and signs and colors. And so, yeah, we're going to talk about decoding our dreams. Um, have you had any dreams lately that you weren't able to decode, that you're like, what is going on? And another thing too, after you have a dream, and sometimes it takes a while to decode it. Like you might wake up and you know exactly what is going on, but it might take a while for you to figure it out. And I want to share with you at some point today, like how to decode your own dreams, like how to, because it's so symbolic that, and it's from our subconscious that we don't want to try to use our conscious mind to solve them. We kind of want to go back into the subconscious realm in order to decode them. So I want to get into all that today, like how to decode them, how to get to a place where you can decode them. What do the dreams mean? What are the symbols? So yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to me and dreams, is I remember going through a stage young or in my 20s where getting the decoding book and like looking up things. But I'm such a person who has always done things my own way. The
Yes.
Skye way.
Good.
I
Yeah.
really, and I
That's
guess that's,
important.
I think that's how I healed myself, right? I did what others don't. And I think we all have a superpower of,
Hmm.
I believe it's our feeling, like how we, for me, it's huge. Like, and I've spoken to you about this recently. A lot of when my memories come back, recently, it comes back in bursts. Usually I go through a lot of turmoil before it. Symptoms come up. I struggle emotionally, physically, and I've always said it feels like it's a blocking of emotions. And I lost my memory due to trauma back in 2018, lots of it, my emotional memory. And it's come back over the past 3 years. So recently I had like that stir up with the cancer. And then after that, I was struggling there. And so what happens is memories come back, but they come back after a dream. And I remember like telling you, I woke up and I'm like, I had these magical dreams, and I wake up and
Yes.
it's not normal. You can remember something like, I feel like a lot of my memories that I can recall are just stored like in rote memory that have been like spoken out loud so many times, they're stored somewhere else. But that
Yeah.
emotion, the actual event and feeling what it was like to be there, that all comes back. So that comes back.
Yeah.
But recently my dreams have been really in bright colors. Like
Oh, I love that.
really bright. And that's why
Yes.
I'm doing fruit only for the minimum of 5 days, because I want to
Yeah.
get back into, I feel like my dreams are so magical like that. So I'm more at the moment, speaking of real magic, I'm tapping
Uh-huh.
into just fear. I guess that comes back to just wanting the feelings back in my life again after having so much trauma, that I want to be able to feel these dreams. But I did hear, and I was just looking this up because I did hear somebody say the other day that science has found, uh, and I can't find that each night we live entire lifetimes in our dreams. And I
Oh,
don't know where I saw this.
wow.
Uh, and there's a just like when we wake up, we remember only parts of it, but most nights we're living entire lifetimes because time, it's kind of saying it here that
Yeah.
uh, seems to span years and skipping gap. I don't exactly know how it works, but isn't that fascinating as well?
Gosh, it is so fascinating. And I always feel like I sometimes do work in my sleep. Like I feel like I'm
You're like
going
a sleeping prophet.
to kill people in my sleep, and I wake up and I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Like I can have a feeling. I can't quite get to the pictures of it, but like, oh my gosh, intense. Yeah. I feel like that's totally a possibility. And I love that you mentioned the colors in your dreams. So, one of the things when it comes to decoding and what you can do is when you wake up first thing in the morning, write down everything that you can possibly imagine that you can remember before you touch your phone, maybe even before your feet touch the floor. Write down everything and write down the colors, people, symbols, all the things. And you write all this down and you don't attach it to yourself just yet. You write it down and you can write down what like the color might mean. So like let's say what color sky did you dream in?
Okay.
What
So
did you see?
it's interesting. As I've come out the other side of this like healing journey, I've noticed what come out the other side. You're always going through it, but this healing event that's been happening for me is the out looking. I always can gauge where this is interesting. I can always gauge where I am. Some people call it depression, but I guess it's like me emotionally by the way I view the world. So people can call it depression as colors go and colors
Okay.
rise. And recently, more color has come back into the universe in general.
Yes.
And a lot of the colors around here, it's hard to describe because they mesh into each other. And I think it's very giving of where you live. Like we have a lot of
Yes.
the oranges and pinks and a certain blue hue and the way the sun rises. So basically the sunrise colors. So when the sun
Oh,
rises, it creates, and it's going to create different levels of oranges and pinks depending where you are in the world.
yes.
Because like also the sky, but also the ocean it's just a reflection, right? What the sky on
Mhm.
the ocean. So all of those layers of colors
Mhm.
is what has been getting brighter in my
Yeah.
life, really
Wow.
bright, which is lovely. But also now you say it's all infused
Yeah.
in my dreams. And
Oh my
when,
gosh.
yeah, when I wake up, what's so amazing is just how I feel filled with that color. Life is magical.
Oh.
This is why raw food, I never noticed, like, this is a whole nother level of things happening for me right now. But
Yes.
how bright the universe was. Um,
Oh.
in fact, when I went through my darkest time, that time when I did lose my memory and they'd taken me off all these medications they had put me on for pain and for ADHD and all of this stuff very quickly. Then they put me on new drugs and I didn't sleep. That whenever they do, I have these massive takeaway of psychiatric medications. I don't sleep for about 3 to 4 months. I black out for 30 minutes, 40 minutes a night. And when I go back to where that was, I remember this. It's like you're always awake and you go into the darkness. It's like pure darkness. Even if it's daytime, the dreams were so dark. And it's just when you want to push yourself a bit, like I think, and this is probably why I'm drawn to something pink right now, because that's like the color. And I make like when I add raspberry into it, pretty much makes the perfect color, which I've been seeing.
Oh, so like your life in your sleep and out of your sleep are
Yes.
all the same inside and
And I'm
out.
going to Thailand, and there's more of that color there, like the
Ooh,
dragon fruits and the like the island
yes.
color.
Oh my gosh, that is spectacular. And it is so true with raw foods, how you notice, like here we have we're going to be heading into spring. And so what I will be noticing is the green. I just am blown away by the green, like the shades of green, like that light green will be growing on the certain pine trees, and then the flowers, and it's so pretty. It's so gorgeous. And then when you're raw, it's like everything is singing too. Like the colors are
Yes,
singing, the colors
it,
have a sound.
it,
It's,
it,
it's
yeah.
so amazing. And another thing to decoding your dreams, this falls right into line with this, is that you don't always know what your dreams mean immediately when you wake up. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But if you can go outside into nature and just say to yourself, "Okay, I'm working on my dream time now." And just allow yourself to look at the bark of a tree, look at the veins in a leaf, look at the color spectrum of the flowers, and just say, okay, today I'm going to work on, my dream life. But you're noticing nature. It takes
Mm,
your subconscious, you go into your subconscious instead of your conscious mind, and answers will start coming. So you'll start to understand, because like you said, our dream life mirrors our waking life a lot. A lot of our dreams are all about us. Like everything in our dream has something to do with us. So it's like becoming conscious of the colors, like you said, like in your dreams and outside of your dreams, like your life is becoming a dream. Your dream is
I
becoming
like
your life.
that. It
And
could be
you
a book
mentioned
or
that
a song.
before.
Your life's becoming a dream.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that before. Um, with something. Do you remember? I think maybe it was our last.
Yeah, so yeah, I was about to bring this up. So
Mhm. Yeah.
PJ, PJ, who I interviewed when he was doing his deep cleansing with raw foods, so he was doing lots of juice out in the desert, and he'd take his van out and sleep in the desert while he was juicing. But then he got into water fasting and dry fasting, and he said that when he was doing the water fasting while sleeping in the desert, I think he was trying to emulate like the Bible in some way, is
Yeah.
he was in his dream and he would be like walking along and he'd step back into his body, wake up and keep going.
Oh, wow.
Like that he's but that's a really like so I almost feel like that's probably how dreaming was originally. Like you go to sleep and you wake up and you step out, but we are so chaotic. I feel
Yeah,
like the soul just gets flung out and has to start processing all this stuff like this just and that's
right.
how we get there. Hey Tessa. So I won't bring the comments up until there's a few more, just because one of the first
Okay.
ones was silly,
Yeah.
and I've deleted it here, but I can't delete it off the when I bring it up. So, but yeah,
Okay.
I find that story very
Fascinating.
very fascinating. So,
Yes.
but this is like it's not just what I want to say here is if you like a lot of people can be struggling like emotionally and with their soul and stuff, and raw foods obviously at different levels is amazing for that shift. Like that's I've got the raw food correct, but if I need to shift something, like that's where I switch over the way that I do it, just to give myself like an extra boost. But also
So
you do the you're very conscious of these colors as well. We should do an episode on colors, right?
yes, absolutely. So yes, for sure. Colors. So when you're dreaming and a color stands out to you. So with the dream, I'm so excited. It's hard for me to talk about it because my brain's like
Just had a using of your brain. Like, oh,
with the colors. Um, when you dream, notice the colors in your dream, and then write them down. Write down the colors, like
okay.
especially if they're really standing out. Because I've had sunsets really stand out to me in my dreams before, like vividly, like oh my gosh. And then you can write down any association that you see with the colors, like that, you know. So for instance, blue might be melancholy, blue might mean that you feel emotional, blue might mean you feel sad, or you know, just as an example. Then you write down, so you write down what blue, like all the things you've heard about blue, what blue meaning, and then you write down what blue means to you, because what means something to me might have a different meaning to Skye. So
Love
our
that.
dreams are totally related to us, um, for the most part. I know there's premonition dreams, but we're not talking about that here. And so the color scheme, like you are seeing the beautiful oranges and the pinks and that type of thing. And
Yeah.
so orange is very vibrant. Like it's like the second chakra, which is orange, which is vibrant and energy. And so you're taking in fruit. So
But
you're
look at that. It's a pink. The decoding dreams I put in pink, and my juice is pink. So there's got to
oh
be something like I'm like, and I'm seeing pink in my dreams, like the sun.
yes.
Yeah.
And then the
Okay.
pink is like the heart chakra for the love. So you're getting all that energy in, and it feels like such love. So
I
you're just kind of
love
like
it.
getting like a shower of energy and love. So beautiful.
Oh, that is really cool. And hey, Terry, and I saw Tessa say she never paid attention
Oh,
the colors in her dreams. To be honest,
yeah.
I didn't notice either. This color thing has come up only the last, let's say, a month and a half, but really in the last month for me, where it's been, like you wake up and or something grabs your attention. That's how we know, right? That is essentially what psychology is, where our attention goes, why our attention isn't doing things. And so what has come up for me in my healing is if you've been depressed or down is and it's I notice is the whole universe dulls, and then it comes back, but it's been more apparent of that these colors are like shooting back at me. And um yeah, it's a beautiful experience. So my juice, I'm doing 5, been practicing having fruit, and I've been doing really well. And I'll just say it now, so it's not a topic, but the key to me getting fruit down is not eating too much, but I have to drink lots and lots of water. So I can't have just like, I've got a water there as well. Is if I start feeling off, I drink and just stop. And that's my key at the
Mhm.
moment. And it's working well. So I'm doing 5 days on fruit. I'm committed. Marabella, you're doing it too,
Right.
aren't you?
Yeah, I saw today, so I'm gonna start tomorrow, and then I'll
Oh,
just do one.
you're tomorrow. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I'm Friday, so that's so fun. So I'm going to try doing 5 days on fruit, but this is simply just watermelon juice. But a favorite of
Oh.
mine is watermelon and raspberry because it lowers
Mm.
it, it's so sweet. But I am getting better at 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 doing that.
Yeah.
So sorry, that
Mhm.
was off
Oh,
topic, but that's what my
that's
soul's
so
being taught.
great.
And that's what I feel like. And you were talking about like the greens into spring. I tend to love
Uh-huh.
doing greens like my mango salad, the salad that saved my life, all of that. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. So, do you when did you start today with your fruits?
So I've been doing a lot of fruit most of the week, and then I'll
Okay.
go back and have very small meals. So I've been in training, but today I woke up and I'm committing to at minimum of 5 days. Even when we do the dips party, I'm gonna do all like bell peppers and tomatoes.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep it
yes.
on fruit. So I'm mostly doing, if anyone wants to follow along, you can start in a couple of days. But I want to just see how if I can get to 5 days. Because I used to
Mhm.
do fruit for years and then I fell off and I wasn't drinking water during that time either. And I think when I was getting thirsty, I was drinking fruit juice or green juice, and I think it was drying me. So
Oh, wow.
water, all I can do is keep trying, right?
Yeah.
So what was the question? I've gone off
Yeah,
there.
I think I asked you if you started today on the
Oh,
fruit.
so no, so I'm doing today will be my first day. I'm doing this is what I want to say. I'm
Yeah.
doing mostly sweet fruits. I'm
Okay.
totally doing juice if I need to. I will do green juice if need to. So I'll have like green juice there
Okay.
because sometimes I think you need that. I won't be eating it, but I'll do a little bit of celery or cucumber celery or something.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try not have savory fruit, but if I need some, I don't mind having a bit, but primarily it'll just be basically I'm trying to just get to this level of mostly doing sweet fruit again. Just
Mhm.
more so people it's not so much about the nutrients in the food, it's about how it makes me feel.
Mhm.
Like a certain way you feel when you're on fruit and I need that in my life
Yes.
right now. So
Do you
um
feel like a cucumber is a fruit because it has seeds? Do you think it
so
is?
cucumber, bell pepper, tomato, zucchini are all fruits. They're
Ah,
like culinary fruits. They're like savory.
yes,
I feel like I'm talking of color. We've got onto color here. Is
that's
they
okay.
so when I and this is all about feeling around things. Is
Mhm.
I knew that I needed to get back on fruit for a period of time because the thoughts of fruit and the feelings around the colors was coming up high. It wasn't good enough to be at the primary colors is what I feel the culinaries are, and there are more grounded, what I feel colors, and they're great. But I feel like I needed to be on these like high frequency. Like I've ordered dragon fruit. I've got a ton of grapes coming. I've got persimmons. I've got a mix there. I've got some tropical
Yes. Oh,
and some
that's great.
so I've ordered
Yeah.
like a lot, but also I wonder how much my soul is just because I've got Thailand coming up. It's no
Oh,
good going to Thailand doing keto, like doing greens and flax oil and stuff. That's just not what my soul wants. It wants to like when you tap into those tropics, like
mhm.
that's yeah.
You're trying to match the vibrancy of
I
there,
think I am.
the
Even my
vibration.
dreams are talking to me, right? My
Oh,
dreams are
that's
bringing me
so
all the colors of like
exciting.
of Thailand. So I'm going for the retreat, but I'm actually there 10 days early with like my family and my nieces and my
Oh, yay. I'm so excited. When do you go?
like a week and a half or
Oh
something.
my gosh, that's great.
Yeah. So I'll be there
Yay.
I think just the start of April, I think April 5th or something, we
Oh my
leave and I'm
gosh.
it's like a month
Okay,
because
that's so
um
fun.
yeah. A
Wow.
month. I didn't even think about it. I'm so excited.
I
Yay.
love that. And okay, so this brings up, it doesn't have anything to do with the dreams, but some places do have a vibration. And when you tap into them, we need that vibration. Like for instance, when I went last year back to Seattle for a wedding, uh, all these different food cravings came up. I was like matching the frequency of when I was there before. And so it's like it takes over our being when we're going to go somewhere or when we tap into something, and we tap in through our dream life. And so it makes sense that you're needing those high frequency fruits. And I always think that fruit is like the highest frequency that we can possibly eat.
100%. I think also what I became aware of, I think I've known this for probably a year now, is people can like things come up different at different times. Like I will talk myself into doing raw foods different ways and cut off from different raw foods because I think my body needs it at the time. Like it'll be like I can't do fruit. I don't like fruit. I don't
Yeah.
like even though I did it for 2 years, right? And I'm like, I need greens, I need nuts, I need seeds. And then
Yes.
all of a sudden I'll be like, I don't like them. I don't want them. They don't work for me. And I don't necessarily think it's a person being bad or wrong. It's a person's psyche trying to lock them out from what they're not supposed to do right now. And
Mm,
that's why I would never call myself a fruitarian. I'll always be a raw vegan because there's so much variety. Um, and different ways that I can do it at different times. And I still don't think any way is wrong. And even when I've done it different ways, I've always said we are designed to eat fruit. But it's
mhm.
interesting how it flicks. And but I do think it has something to do with knowing that I'll be in Thailand for a month because the best I've ever felt in my life. I did feel really good doing keto. But I spoke
Mhm.
yesterday about is I did feel very dry after a
Yeah.
period of time. But I love what's coming up for me now is I loved being in Bali doing all fruit,
Mm.
and I loved doing grapes for 3 weeks. They were
Yeah.
like two very magical experiences, and my body's wanting that for me right now. So that's where I'm.
Yes. So
Finding
grapes are so high frequency. I did a grape fast for a day and I felt the best
yes,
ever. And my brain was clear.
yes.
It's like any fears disappeared. It was so great. And fruit and dream life, amazing. So good together. Like when you're having the higher frequencies, it's like your digestion is faster. You don't feel bogged down. You don't feel heavy. It's very simple for your tummy to digest, and so I feel like your sleep is better, or my sleep is better when I
Mm,
just do fruit, because I'm not. My body's not working. It can just completely rest, and
there's
then my
no
energy is better from all the sleep. Yeah, yeah,
mm,
so good. I'm
yeah.
excited, and I will be traveling next week too. So let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I will be on the last day of the fruit, but I might continue it because I'm going to take a road trip from Washington State to Las Vegas. And I already figured I would pack apples and grapes. Lissa had a great little video about like what to pack when you're on a road trip. Of course, she said her wraps, but she said grapes and she said apples, and I thought, yeah, that's what I'm going to pack too. And just that way, I'm alert. I'll be driving some of the way, and my son will be driving. And I don't know if you guys know this, but apples are incredible for energy. If you're ever just tired, eat an apple and go out for a walk and you will perk up. Just it's amazing. It's incredible. Way better than caffeine or anything else. Just
Yeah, I know people who aren't even raw that are like get off coffee by having apples. So
yes,
they're
magical.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I've traveled. Like I've traveled when I went over to America. I quite often just grab grapes because it's easy and you feel good. So
Yeah,
you want to feel good, right? So it's like I was
right,
2 to 3 days when I'm traveling. Um,
right. And
so
I
it can
am
and
sorry.
it's easy.
Go
No, go, go, go.
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, another thing about grapes. One other thing is Dr. Morse, I think, says that they're the perfect, like what's in them is like perfect for your blood. You feel electric. Worth a try.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Absolutely.
let's talk
Yeah.
about these decoding the
Yeah.
dreams.
Yes. Yes. So, um, what you want to do too when you wake up, and a lot of times we wake up, we get going, we don't even think about our dreams, or we'll say, oh, this dream is so strange, or it was funny, or it didn't make any sense. But notice how you feel when you wake up. Um, so let's go back just a little bit. If you want to start to remember your dreams, you can put that intention in your mind before you go to sleep. Just say to yourself, I'm going to remember my dreams tonight. I'm going to practice with my dream work tonight. Before you go to sleep, just say that in your mind or out loud before you go to sleep. And that sets an intention. And then when you wake up, before you step out of bed, maybe have a pen and paper, notice what you see, notice how you're feeling. How did you feel in the dream? How do you feel now? Like that now that you've woken up? I've woken up and been like, what happened? Like, oh my gosh, or wow, I love that dream. Sometimes like a baby will kiss me in my dream and I'm like, wow, that was so
Oh my
sweet.
goodness me, that sounds like you're being touched by an angel.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like sometimes that can mean like something new is coming about in your life, and you're gonna have like a new idea or a new
Or a new
friend,
baby.
or maybe a new baby. Yeah, it could be a new baby. Right. Could be. And then so you're gonna feel the feelings, you're gonna notice the feelings, and then you're gonna identify like the main symbols. So what objects, what colors are huge, especially today we're talking about color. Places, like where are you? I tend to be, a lot of times I'm in a house, like it'll be like in my dream it's my house, but it's not really my house. And identify like what room you're in, um and then
You
notice
said we
any
can become more conscious in our dreams. Are you saying we can train our brain or maybe our
uh-huh.
conscious to become more conscious in our dreams?
Yes, yes. I have
Um,
actually known I'm dreaming. Like, I know this is a dream, so I can fly. Like, I sometimes can do
oh
that.
yeah. But here's the I don't have these anymore. I think I mentioned this when I was, because you were saying when you, and I knew this, when you fly, you're flying above things. So in
Uh-huh.
all my dreams when
Yes.
I was sick, but I was also on a lot of medications, is I could walk, run, breathe underwater, and fly. Like it was just, I don't, it was like I was asleep a lot of the time as well because I was so medicated. I was always just flying around. Like I knew I'd just take off. But who else has had these dreams
Yes.
when I was younger? I would keep trying. This is when I was younger. I'd keep trying to fly away from like a bad situation and couldn't take off, like a baddie or a killer or someone was coming after me. I don't have these dreams anymore, thank God. And I would
Yes.
run to try and fly, but I could never take off. And then, like, of course, you don't die because you're in a dream. So the person never really got me. But like, wow, I forgot about that.
That's the kind of a feeling if someone's chasing you or you can't move, like you're trying to
Yes, I don't have
kind
those
of that
anymore.
that's so good. That means that you're more in control, like you feel in control of your life. Maybe back then you didn't have that control, but
Or this
yeah.
screaming, your voice doesn't come
And
out.
then right, like
I
they're
don't have that
so
anymore.
oh, I'm so glad. So now you're free. Like you are
Yeah.
in control of your life and you are the master of your ship. Whereas before you probably felt very vulnerable and didn't felt like you didn't have any control. And what's interesting is that when you were sick and you were still able to fly, it was like you were a spirit, like your spirit self. Like we are spirit beings inside of a body. But when you were sleeping, you didn't have the limitations as much because you could just take off and fly and breathe underwater like you were free. Like your spirit allowed you to be free. That's so beautiful.
It is. I think about since I split with reality back in 2017, I feel like my dreams had to, I felt like my life had to reboot. My dreams had to reboot, and they've never been like they used to after that point. But they've
Mhm.
evolved. They've matched me, if I'm
Matching
honest.
you.
Now I think they're so different. Also,
Yeah.
this kind of makes me think about how people as they get older don't sleep as much, right? And I kind of used to think about that, like it's because they're transitioning to not be in their like they
Oh,
are leaving, like they're, like they don't need to, well, that doesn't make sense because they should be sleeping more if they're about to go into that realm, right? I don't
yeah.
know.
I think that a lot of times people don't take as good a care of themselves as they used to. And so if they're, as a child, we're always running and playing and we're in PE at school and we're running at recess at school or we're active, we're busy, we don't want to sit still. And as we get older, sometimes we just want to sit. And I think that sedentary lifestyle leads to less sleep actually. And then you just don't sleep as good. Like when you're out in nature, you're going for walks, you're watching what you're eating, you're very mindful, then I think your sleep is so good. And then it's easier to get your sleep and get good quality sleep.
And
So,
I think as well as we age, we have not looked after ourselves, and also we age, so hormone levels decrease because it
yes,
is sleep
right.
because of hormone releasing. So
Oh, I wanted to ask you that too. Are you taking bioidenticals on your juice cleanse?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
yeah.
Very low though. I've lowered them a lot, and that's
Right.
another reason. We've gone all over the place
I
today.
know we're just going on. That's how dreams are too. You're over here and then you're over here and then you're doing this and then
Woo!
you're
True. Okay.
flying.
So yeah, I want to be on as little as possible, and that will happen with fruit. See, as soon as I wasn't on fruit and
Ah,
my body required denser things, that's when I had needed the hormones back in.
interesting.
Otherwise, I get levels of fatigue, and my brain just feels like it's not functioning, and that's all fine. But it's calling me to lower them and use the fruits.
I
So
love that.
yeah, so that's my calling right now. I didn't even mention that. So that's, I think it'd
Right.
be too disruptive to, and a really important thing about me is, and I take this principle into the how the raw foods are and how I do raw foods is I can get very sick if I do something very dramatically. I was always like this. The doctors always said I was really sensitive, but a lot of people like this, like, taper things down and don't be ashamed to do it. Like, we want, just say we want our hormones at a certain level, or we want to be on all fruit. I've been practicing the fruit, right? And I'm not hard on myself if I need a bit of avocado, like some denser fruits,
Mhm.
do things your own way at your own time, because I find the trauma locks into all my other trauma. I don't know if anybody else out there gets these issues. So a lot of people will be like, I'm going to change my life. I'm doing, meat, and I'm an alcoholic, and I'm going to just drink. That can be very traumatic. And it can be, sometimes what the body and soul needs is safety and love. And many of us are practicing, like, and I see these ads, like, we're practicing kind of almost self-harm. I see these ads where we're doing everything, like, we're like as if our life depends on it, like getting things, like, like, instead it's like, take it, you are training yourself to be constantly stressful. And if we're like, okay, got to get this down, got to get this down, I'm going to do this, I'm now going to do this, I got to get here, is this actually serving us to heal? And for me, the hardest thing is to go slow. Like,
Mm.
I mean, I've been diagnosed with ADHD. The hardest thing is to just, you know, don't just do all fruits. Add a little bit in. Sit where you are. Add a little bit more. Have some water.
Mm.
Have some water. You don't have to go from where you are to dropping all your hormones and doing all grapes. Like, just like,
Yes.
that's what why I have this channel is. We're all doing things differently. We all do it at our own time. But tapping into trauma for me just sends me all the way back.
Mhm. I could see that, right. Yeah, just little at a time, little at a time, and then that way you can be present with it and see how it feels, like, backing off just a little bit. How does that feel? Maybe some days you need more than others, and you can sense that feeling when you go at a slower pace. That's so true. Yeah, I appreciate that. I wish that my final time of going raw, this time, I just did it. Just go. Just do it.
You were already high raw, right? You were
Yeah, but I
already.
was already high raw. Yeah,
So I think
and
important.
that's different. Yeah, it makes a difference. But it is really about tuning in. That's like that self-love, to tune in and see where you're at. Like, almost like you're your own parent. You almost have to be kind of in that mindset. Like, how am I gonna feel? How does this feel? And life is different from day to day. Everything we're different from day to day. Our sleep is different, or what we're craving is different. And, like, I think at the beginning of when we first started, you said that you would do all of something, like so much greens, and then you don't want that anymore. I'm this exact same way. I'm the
Yeah.
exact same way.
And it's not necessarily bad, and I think everybody should listen. And I learn so much about myself when I do all these things in a different way.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
can I get you just to talk on decoding for a second? I'm just going to
Of
grab my water.
course.
Grab my
Yes.
water. 1 second.
So
Sorry.
I'll bring up some common dreams, symbols, and meanings. And this doesn't mean at all that it's 100%, because everybody has their own symbolic life. So, like, what water means to you may not mean the same to me. But for the most part, water, it means emotions, intuition. It can be very calm, peaceful, or it can be very rough and overwhelming. But for the most part, water represents emotions. And I know for myself, when I go through very emotional times with my children, I will dream of water. I will be like near a beach in my dream, or I will be like swimming or something. And so that's how it plays out for me. Snakes, if you ever see snakes, I know in real life people can be afraid of snakes for sure, but they can also mean transformation, healing, and rebirth. So this is just like a general um, meaning, but maybe for yourself it means something different. Some people actually dream of their teeth falling out. That's a very common one. And that means that is like the loss of control or change. So,
You know what Freud says about the teeth, don't you?
uh-uh.
So Freud says if you lose your teeth, you have repressed feelings of masturbation. Sorry, losing your teeth. So different levels. He says different thing. I don't remember. It's, like, I think, it's if you dream teeth, it's repressed, something sexual. Everything about Freud is sexual. I think he had
Okay.
the repressed issues that he projected into his
I
job.
think I was just thinking the same thing.
My mum used to have this dream all the time. I think we have prominent dreams, right? So for me,
Yes.
it's like at different stages, I'm like, I would always, like I'm trying to run and not move, or I'm trying to
Uh-huh.
scream and my voice comes out. And mum would always go, my teeth, my teeth. And then I'm at
Oh,
university and they're like, oh yeah, if your teeth fall out, you have feelings of repressed masturbation.
oh my gosh, she was probably like, "What? No way."
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Sorry, go
that's
on.
yeah, no, it just means like losing a part, or like being afraid of change, or it's maybe some things are happening so often, like change. When change comes, it can be so scary, and you can feel like you're losing control. You can feel like you don't have anything to say about it. It's kind of like if your teeth fell out, that would be like the same feeling, like, oh my gosh, what do I do? How do I put it back in? Kind of a thing.
It's so interesting because when you dream, like if my teeth fell out now, I would
Yeah.
absolutely freak out. But I feel
Hmm.
like sometimes, how interesting is it in our dreams when some of these things happen? One person can lose a tooth and it not phase them, and another
Yes.
person, the emotions that come up are almost more than in real life. Like I had a tooth chipped out in real life. And I mean, I had been through a lot. So losing a front tooth was actually, I actually had been through so much at that time. When I hit the tooth, I was more worried about the carpet. I was
Oh,
like, but you see, what I'm saying but some people can have,
yes.
and this explosion of emotion comes out, right?
Yes, exactly. That's true. These are general, but that's why when you notice the symbols in your dreams, you can notice what the symbols mean, like in a general sense, but also what does that mean to you? Because somebody losing a tooth, maybe a child, if they lose a tooth, it means the tooth fairy's coming and they're really excited and they want some extra money. So it depends on like the person for sure.
That's that's so important, and that's why when people tell us something or share their journey, is it's about them and what they've experienced, and it doesn't mean that that's what's going to fix you or it's going to even be part of your journey. It's like a key to unlock a different side of you, to try and explore more of what you've got going on. But I think that's really important. Yeah, that was a good, like one person, it could be the end of the world. Another person, the tooth fairy's coming.
Exactly. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Another symbol is flying. You mentioned that earlier. That's freedom and elevation, like as you mentioned.
I love
So,
that.
and another one is being chased. So sometimes if you're being chased, it means you're avoiding something. Sometimes if you get to the point in your dream where you can be chased and look at the person chasing you and just say, what? What is going on here? and and or if you are being chased and you wake up and you felt like you were being chased, you can just close your eyes and imagine going back into that scenario and ask the question, what's going on? And you may get an answer immediately. You might not immediately. You might, like I said, go tune into nature, go for a walk, and then spend some time on your dreams. A lot of times we get the answers, but we just have to create space for that to happen. Babies, new beginnings. Uh-huh.
So when somebody is chasing us, could
Yeah.
that be like, I picture it for me being a fear box, like
Yes.
that person is probably a representation of all of my fears, because it feels so powerful. It feels like I'm thinking back, I haven't had these dreams in a long time, but what if it's like if you compacted all of our fears into something, a horrible something, and that's what, because I don't remember anything of chasing me. It was just dark.
Yeah. So you would think that, right? You would think that because that feeling is so scary. But it could be something tiny. Like there's something you need to do. You need to write a list in order to pack for your trip or something, but you've been putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. And so your subconscious mind is trying to get your attention, like, hey, let's get this
But do
done.
you think the mind then is like, it tries to regulate and control a lot of things, and it starts to be like if you don't pack properly, your whole life's going to shut down. Like we get very dramatic. The brain
Could
can be
be.
very dramatic, especially if it's like the limbic system's like overhyped and overwired, and
Yeah.
so everything feels like you're going to die, right?
Well, so our subconscious
You don't want
mind,
that.
our subconscious mind is full of symbolism, make believe, truth, all mixed up together.
Oh, well, mine's definitely come forward because I feel like that's what my life is like. That's psychosis. That's what
And
psychosis
our
feels.
conscious mind is always trying to protect us. Like our conscious mind is always trying to protect us. So we get this fear of, let's say we need to pack, but we're not, but we're busy over here doing something. Our subconscious mind is like, come on, let's go. And our subconscious mind takes that as it chasing us. And then we get scared, emotions come up. So it could be huge, but it could also be something really tiny too. Or it could be something in the middle as well.
Sure. Don't really know. That's why we don't know. That's why we're scared. Half the
Yeah,
reason. Um,
right.
here we go. Lately, I've had many dreams. Hang on, let me bring this up.
Oh, of babies. The other people that were in the dream with me were my ex-hubby, an ex, I don't know what that word is, and my
My,
deceased mom.
don't know what SO means either.
There
Uh,
has truly been changes and new opportunities.
yeah.
Wow. Yes. Yes. Babies are new. And you mentioned angelic. Sometimes they're angelic beings too, I feel like.
I was,
Yeah. Oh, significant other. Okay. Thank you. Now we know that. We learn something new every day. Yeah, I love that.
we do. The
Yeah, baby
babies, I don't
beginning.
think I can't even remember babies ever being in my dreams. Do you think also what something appearing in our dreams, it's all about what it means to us in real life as well? Or is
Right.
that not always true? Because some
Yeah.
things, spiders are lucky, right? But I can really fear spiders, but somebody else can really like love spiders.
Yes. Yes. And it could come through as a picture, as a symbol for something for you. Um, I can't remember now, Callista, she writes Unicorn Healing and the Female Archangels, and she talks about spiders. And like when you see them, that means something good is going to happen for you. Like it means, like has a positive spin on it, like a change is coming.
But then what if people go and kill their luck, right? Because some people are like, I'm scared of a spider, and
Yeah.
they go and kill their luck and they don't even know.
So just knowing that everything is symbolic and means something to you. So that spider might not even be, it might be showing up as a spider and it might mean something else.
Yes. I like that.
And like cars, if you dream of cars, it means like a life direction. So it's like, who is driving? Where are you in the car? Like, are you in the car? Are you in the driver's seat? Or are you clear in the back seat? Are you in the trunk? Where are you in the car? That talks about your life direction. And are you
I
going
love
fast? Are you going slow?
I love this. What do you dream about often? Yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes I do see like colors, a lot of times really, really vivid colors, like the sunset, like purples and oranges. And then lately I've been having dreams, but I don't know. Like I wake up and I know that I've been doing something, but I can't quite touch it. So I need to do a little bit of dream decoding. I need to do a little like walk in nature and spend time with my dreams and see
So
what that is.
I like that. I like the not knowing. I've liked waking up with these bursts of colors coming out of me. Like I've been waking up with just colors, and then I look outside and the world is brighter. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
coming through. The colors are coming through.
Oh, I
Dreamland.
love that.
I'm hoping.
I had a dream of a friend that passed away, and she seemed so real, so beautiful, like so alive. I had to believe that it was her coming to me in my dream because she seemed so real and so alive. And
I
her
love
message was just love. It was just of love. It was so beautiful. And we were friends, and then we just went our separate ways, and we didn't see each other for years. And then I learned of her passing. And then every once in a while, I'll dream of her, and it just feels so real. Like she's bringing the other side to me, which is so fun. Like, I just love it. Like it puts me in that, like, such a great space. Like I feel so happy. Like when you see those beautiful colors in your dream and you just feel that energetic, that's how I feel when I see her sometimes. And she just
Oh,
has that message of love, like just that love vibration. It's so beautiful.
I love that. I love that so much. Okay, does anybody have any questions or like have any dreams they have a lot of? I feel like each person is going to say something different, right? Each person's going to be like, I dream of this, I dream of that. Even if you get me at different times in my life, it's like
Yes.
if I think back. I brought this up before. I remember when I was younger. I remember having sometimes such intense dreams, they totally distorted my next day.
Yes.
Like the next day, like you know how you can have moods or feelings. It was like I can't, it was this heaviness I would feel that they were not good. Um, I
Yeah.
think there was probably times I felt good because of good dreams, but I remember sometimes I'd have these dreams. Um, or like I remember when I was younger, and especially like as I was going through my teens, and you'd sleep in, and my mum would wake me up mid dream. I remember
Yes.
getting really angry. I'm like, I want to go back. I was about to jump through a time machine.
Oh, yes. She woke up and just, oh, that's happened to me before. And they say
Let
if
me
you
go
wake up
back.
abruptly like that, you will remember your dreams. Like you're
Yes, it's
right,
your mid
right.
in REM.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. I remember dreams like that too, where I'm just about to like I'm flying and then somebody wakes me up. I'm like, "No. It's so
Before
good.
let me
Leave
go
me alone."
back. I love that. All right, guys, that was Decoding Dreams for this week. So we'll be back next week. I am going live in about half an hour. I will be answering a whole lot of questions and answers. So if you want to ask more questions, go for it. So I'll see you all soon.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Maribel.
This was
Bye,
fun.
everyone.
Bye.